Let's be honest, if you are playing ADC, you probably just take Presence of Mind by default. It feels so safe and you get some mana back. And hey, everyone else takes it too, so it must be good, right? But here's the thing, there is another rune on that row that doesn't look as flashy, but in actual gameplay, it can completely change how a fight plays out. Today we are talking about Triumph, the most underrated rune in League, and why it's quietly one of the most valuable picks for ADCs in solo queue. Let's start with the basics. What actually Triumph does? Triumph gives you 5% of your missing health and 2.5% of your maximum health every time you get a takedown. That's it. No fancy mana refund mechanic, just raw healing. Oh, and it also gives you 20 bonus gold for every kill or assist. Now, compared to something like Presence of Mind, it might not sound like much. It might seem like you are just getting a sliver of health back, a tiny boost that won't matter in real fights. But that's exactly why it's so underrated. Because the moment you experience what Triumph does in an actual game, especially on ADCs, you start to realize its value isn't in the numbers, it's in the moments where those numbers save your life. Early game in solo queue is where everything gets decided. Games are fast, people are constantly fighting, and the goal difference after just 1 or 2 skirmishes can completely tilt a lane. This is where Triumph starts to shine. First, there's the 20 bonus gold per takedown. It doesn't sound like much, but in solo queue, where fights are constant and assists are frequent, it adds up quickly. You might finish laning phase with 4 kills and 5 assists, and that's already 180 bonus gold. Such amount of gold can be really helpful to get your power spike sooner, and if you're farming poorly, it will help you to not waste additional time on your base. It's not game breaking on its own, but it contributes to your snowball quietly, without you needing to do anything. Well, except actively gaining kills and assists. And more importantly, Triumph lets you stay alive in those early game dives and scrappy all-ins. Whether it's a turret dive, a 2v2 turning into a 3v3, or just surviving Ignite on 1 HP, Triumph is that instant burst of HP that lets you walk away instead of going down with the enemy. Now let's talk about what truly makes Triumph special. As an ADC, your entire role is built on tight windows and risky positioning. You deal the most consistent damage on your team, but you are also the easiest to kill. Most fights come down to whether you can survive long enough to dish out damage. And Triumph is one of the only runes in the game that give you value at the exact moment you need it, right after a kill or assist. When you are low HP, and when every second you stay alive could mean more damage, more autos, or a full teamfights win. It's not uncommon to get a kill mid-fight and immediately gain 200 HP, depending on your build and level. That's enough to survive another ability, to keep attacking, and turn a fight that looked lost. Where other runes help you scale or poke a bit more, Triumph directly impacts whether you live or die in a skirmish. And sometimes that's all you need. If we are talking about Presence of Mind, it's not a bad rune. For certain champions like Ezreal or Jinx, who are extremely mana hungry and rely heavily on their abilities to function, it can still make sense. In those cases, it gives them a bit more uptime and allows longer trades without worrying about running dry. But the thing is, most ADCs aren't really struggling with mana anymore. The current meta is fast-paced, and recalling is frequent. You're not stuck in lane without mana for 10 minutes like in Season 7. You fight, you push the wave, you recall. Done. Champions like Kai'Sa, Aphelios, Tristana, Samira, Xayah, Misfortune and Draven, they all get way more value from Triumph than Presence of Mind. These champions thrive off momentum. They want to take aggressive trades, go for all-ins, and chain fights together. Triumph directly helps them to do that, giving them instant HP and gold that lets them keep fighting to the very end. So, unless you're playing a champion that absolutely needs the mana, Triumph is usually just more useful, more consistent, and more impactful over the course of a game. And if you're wondering which ADCs are the best blind picks right now, and which ones can be actually fine in most matchups, check out my next video. I'll break down the most reliable bot lane picks you can take into almost any lane. I will see you there. like, subscribe and drop a comment if you enjoyed the video. Bye!